Hey, everybody, it's John again, your Indian Cine-MANIAC with another 10ish-Minute review. Okay, this is, as I announced on the last show, this is viewer pandering. Okay, I want to be clear. I want to be upfront. This goes out to Cully Singh, 3378, a loyal fan from the UK who gives me a lot of crap. He calls me bro, and he's always trying to get me to watch Sunny Deol films. So I broke down. Cully, for you. So today's review is on 2022's Chup. The film is directed by R Balki, who directed Pa, which I enjoyed. It stars Dulquer Salman, who was in Sita Raman. Again, I only, when I give you the credits of the people in the film, it's only movies I've seen. Just so you guys know. I'm sure you guys already know that, but so he was in Sita Raman. Shreya Dhanwanthary, who is in The Family Man. The aforementioned Sunny Deol. You know him, you love him. And there's even a cameo by Big B, Amitabh Bachchan, as himself. So, okay. This film was now here's the other thing that I was very excited about as I'm watching this film. So I realized that this film really is a tribute to Guru Dutt. Now, if I had never seen a film with Guru Dutt, then I would have to look him up and research him and find out who they're talking about. But I know who he is because I reviewed Payasa. I did a 10ish-Minute review on Payasa, so I know who he is and I know his story. He's kind of the Orson Welles of India. So that was pretty cool that I knew who they were talking about. And there's a lot of references to him, too. There's also a message at the beginning. They're celebrating 110 years of Indian cinema and 80 years of Amitabh Bachchan. So, 80 years old. It was shot in Bandra in Mumbai, and it's the first thriller from the director Balki. Okay, so let's go with the story. Okay, so we go back and forth between light films and dark films, and this was definitely a darker film. It almost had, I always do this and I probably shouldn't, but it did have kind of a Seven vibe to it because it starts off with a murder. Now you don't see the murder happen, but you see the aftermath. You see the guy's got a triangle carved into his forehead. By the way, this movie had another vibe. I don't know if you ever heard of this movie, and I hope I'm getting this one. It's the Indomitable Dr. Phibes with Vincent Price. And it's a film where he kills critics. I think he was a theater actor, if I remember it right. And he kills critics. I think that was the movie. I'll have to double check that. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'll fix it with some titles below. Because that's basically what the film's about. The film is about somebody killing movie critics. That's the basic story. And it's about not a detective. What was his title in this? He's the head of the crime branch. Okay. And he's always reaching for his gun. The whole movie, he's reaching for his gun. So he's on this case and they're trying to solve it, and it ends up it's a serial killer. And they intersperse that with the story of this florist, Danny, who falls in love with Neela, and they got a little thing going. I guess I gotta say I'm gonna spoil this because I'm gonna give away who the serial killer is. So let me just warn you that I'm gonna spoil this. So if you have not seen this film and you want to be surprised, although I don't think you will be, because it's pretty obvious who the serial killer is, you don't want to watch this. So the story is the pursuit of this serial killer and how they're going to get him. And ultimately what they do is, well, the serial killer you pretty quickly find out it's Danny because he's kind of a freak. He's singing happy birthday all the time. He talks to himself. He stalks Neela, and it is stalking. And to trap him, she wants to be a critic. She's not yet. So she becomes a critic, writes a scathing review of a movie she really liked to lure him in, because that's what he does when the critics critique a movie, but they get very colorful. Like it had some heart, but it had nothing else. Then he leaves the heart in the body and slices up everything else. And they also give stars. And what you find out is that triangle that was carved on the guy's forehead was the beginning of a star, but he got distracted. He couldn't finish it. So 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. And basically that's the plot of the movie. So now, as far as the plot goes, the story, I mean, it's a 3. I don't think, you've seen serial killer movies, even about killing critics. There's even one Who's Killing the Great Chefs of Europe, I think it was, where someone's killing food critics. So this isn't anything new. So now the tying to Guru Dutt I found kind of interesting, but I still think it was about a 3. So I'm going to highlight a few things of the story. Um, so Amitabh Bachchan does make a appearance, and he plays himself pushing a movie called Second Empire. So that's his little bit in it. Um, and some of the killings, like one critic was killed in a cricket field, which was kind of eerie with his organs all over the place. They acknowledged Dutt's 94th birthday. Oh, Neela's mother's blind. Not that that pays off in any way. And then they did this interesting thing. They show the aftermath of the killings, but later on in the movie, they flash back to when Danny actually killed them. And what was so creepy about it was this reminded me of what movie did I just see where the killer was really calm? Oh, I can't remember, but he was really calm. He was explaining rather matter of factly why he was killing them and using their reviews against them. But just very matter of fact. A little Dexter. I don't know if you're familiar with that show, Dexter, because he had a poncho on for all the blood. So some of the killings were interesting. He also was watching the film Kagaz K Pool. I think that's how you pronounce it, Pool, right? In his basement, watching a screening of it, and that was Guru Dutt's, his big film that he put all his money into it, and it didn't do well at the box office. In fact, it pretty much ended. He did a few movies after that, but it really ended his directorial career. Now, in hindsight, people think that's a classic movie. I have not seen that movie, so I don't know. But they did do a lot of flashbacks. And they also had one scene where, in indie films, sex isn't, they don't show a lot. But they had this one sex scene where him and Neela were on the floor with film reel cans all around them, which I thought was kind of interesting. And then there was even a flashback with a young Guru Dutt, someone playing a young Guru Dutt, talking to him. And there was the review she wrote, the bad review. The film was called Dong Dong. So her headline was Dong Dong, very wrong. And that got him all fired up. There was also in one of the houses, I think it was Neela's house, there was a sign that said, Woody Allen is innocent. Now, my question to you, and you can put this in the comment section, does the director believe Woody Allen is innocent? Let me know in the comment section. Oh, you want to know my opinion? Oh, he's not innocent. Okay, what he did was not very good. Anyway, now Sonny Deol. Sonny Deol was not the first choice for this. He was kind of picked at the last minute, but he's a commanding presence for sure. He was a little gun happy, not a lot of action, although there was one scene where there was some action. But he was good. I liked him. Kind of serious, looked great. Also, well, I won't get into music. At the climax, there's two things that happen in the climax. One, when he's in prison after getting shot by Sonny Deol. Sonny Deol must be a bad shot. Um, his look is inspired by Guru Dutt in the film Kagaz. And then they also did this thing, and again, am I just interpreting this way? He's in the prison, all the light is coming through a window in front of him, which reminded me of the scene in Payasa in the auditorium when he was at the back of the hall and it was all backlit. It was almost messianic. So was that an homage to that? Let me know in the comment section. Um, I had uh, I had a couple of problems with the film. A couple. Now, Cully, now don't say you're not going to subscribe to me because I'm being a little critical. A little. He was just so creepy right away that it really wasn't a surprise that he was the killer. Now, they explain why he made a film and it kind of shows what happened growing up. He was pretty abused. But they also bring in some lady who's she works with psychos. I think that's yeah, studying the psycho, SSSP. So I thought that was kind of too fast a giveaway, and like she didn't pick up on it at all, Neela. So that was a little convenient. And the one thing that really bothered me, and you can tell me what you think, Cully. So so they set the trap for the serial killer. Now they don't know that Danny's the serial killer. So Danny makes his way. Now she thinks she's going to get killed because she's done this thing for the police. So she's at home beside herself. Now Sonny Deal's got the place surrounded. I don't know how many guys he had. There's snipers, completely surrounded. Danny shows up to comfort her, right? So now Sonny says, first he says, get out of here. They say, okay. So they go in the bedroom. Sonny leaves. She's hugging him because she's so upset and he's trying to console her, right? Oh, there was a scene when Sonny was in the room. He's rubbing her head, and you could tell it was a dead giveaway. He's making stars on her forehead, but Sonny doesn't pick up on that yet, which is pretty creepy. So now Sonny leaves the room. He gets this plastic wrap that's been his MO with the killings, gags her, ties her up, goes to the window, and literally throws her like 50 feet, 50 feet across. They were like, I think there were 3 stories up, maybe 2. Okay. Just throws her like a bag of potatoes, then puts pillows under the blanket so Sonny won't know. So now he leaves. He goes to where he threw her. Now remember, this place is surrounded, snipers, cops everywhere. No one sees it, no one hears it. And there she is lying on the ground, not dead, bloodied up, still tied up. Now he takes her to a studio, what do they call that? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. The big studios, empty studio, where he's going to kill her in a very dramatic fashion. He's going to drop a light on her head. That I thought was ridiculous. Okay. Now, having said that, Cully, before you get upset, um, the whole thing for me was how are they going to figure out it's him, and how are they going to save the girl? Because you knew they were going to save the girl. And it was a short film, and it definitely kept my interest. That one scene I just thought was ridiculous, but the rest of it I really did like. It was very creepy. He was very creepy. He seemed so nice at one point. Then he starts doing this stuff, and again with the killings, he was very calm. So, so, uh, so I gave the story a 3. I'm gonna give the performances. I'm gonna give the performances a 4. And the reason I'm going to give it a 4 is I thought Dulquer was really good in this, and he was so creepy. And even at the end, he's like, he's in prison, and he was still creepy. And I thought the Neela was good too. I just thought like she should have figured things out sooner. And Sunny Deol was great. He was just I understand why Cully you like him so much. And Amitabh Bachchan playing himself, he nailed it. I mean, the guy nailed it. 80 years old, nailed it. So the music wasn't a lot of songs like typical movies. There was one song as they're falling in love. They're riding a bike. And they do this interesting thing. So this love song's going on, and this is when you know he's a film guy and a little bit off. But they're at this. I don't know if it was a beach. It had to have been a beach, and it's sunset. In movies, we call that magic hour, right? Where the sun is orange. And he what he does is, and the way they shot this was fantastic. So the camera is facing the water. There in the foreground with the bike. He moves the bike over so that the frame of the bike literally frames the orange sunset. It's really cool the way they did it. And I like that. And it fit nice with the song. Now, the incidental music I really liked. It fit this movie to a T. It was just it was creepy and it was tense. And I've been seeing a lot of those lately. More incidental music. Now, I just watched Rocky and Ronnie, and that was, all giant musical numbers. But this incidental music I really like because it fits so well. So I'll give the music a 3. Again, it didn't like stand out for me. And overall, I'm gonna give Cully, I am going to give this film a 4. Okay. 3.5, because that's what I thought about the movie, and point 0.5 because of you. Okay. Okay. So you know what you're gonna do now, right? You're gonna that's right. Smash the like button, subscribe, notifications, right? You're gonna do that. Okay. Make sure down there. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that was it was good. And it was a big change after watching Rocky and Ronnie and Chalti Ka Nam Gadi. Quite a change of pace. Okay, so thank you, Cully, for the recommendation. I hope I did it justice. I hope you're not ticked off at me, but my honest opinion. Okay. All right. The next film I am going to review in my 10ish-minute review is 2011's Rockstar, starring Ranbir Kapoor. That's one that's on my viewer choice list, but it's also one that you guys have been suggesting I watch for a long time. So I'm finally going to watch it. So look out for that one, okay? All right, that's it, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, you know how much I appreciate the back and forth in the comment section. It's really what makes this fun and keeps me going. So thanks again. We'll talk to you soon with another 10ish-minute review. Thanks for watching, everybody.